So for today's video, we're gonna go to 4 different places where our clients are either in escrow or we just sold a home.
This paradise lifestyle that I'm moving to, it comes at a cost. Hawaii, it's got history and culture and people that are completely different. I'm not getting the same thing that I had in my lifestyle before, and that's a good thing.
We figure no better place to start than Kailua. Specifically, we are in
Lanikai. We're in the upper hills, the slope side of Lanikai. We currently have one in escrow, probably one of the best views.
The view is arguably $1 million view.
The view alone.
You could buy the same home, no view, $1 million less because it's Lanikai.
Yeah.
Not every ocean view is worth $1 million. Our buyers are buying it largely for the view. So people buy Lanikai for different reasons. Our other clients who bought for one of our bigger sales last year, $4.15 million.
Yeah.
Kailua Beach, which we could talk about next.
Yeah.
Kailua Beach versus Lanikai, where do you find the value? They stayed in Lanikai, they rented here,
Yeah.
and they began to like it for the community.
Yeah,
So-
there's a prestige
Yeah.
to being able to say that you live in Lanikai.
Yeah, when you're in Kailua, there's a club. Like you're in the Kailua club.
Lanikai
That's
club is
actually
different.
interesting because if you're in Okahashi
Yeah.
in Lanikai, you're kind of in the Okahashi clique. If you're in Lanikai, you're certainly in this community, in this club. So let's transition to that. Kailua Beach versus Lanikai, where are you at on that?
Beachside versus Lanikai, I'm all about beachside.
But
I'd
there's
rather be beachside.
not the club the same way, right?
No,
Not
so
the community, because it's not a community like this, it's a community like this, so you're not gonna know your 200th neighbor as easy.
yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not like a one-way road that comes in and out. But if I'm choosing between the two,
Yeah.
I'm choosing beachside. I'm not gonna pay $10 million to have the fantastic view that you can have over here. I like the houses in beachside,
Well, no, she's not a big view person.
but I like beachside because another reason that people like Lanikai is the beach, world famous, you know, the most famous white sand. You know, everybody knows about Lanikai Beach.
Hardly get beach though, not as much
But-
beach.
Beachside is the same stretch of sand further down. It's the same kind of sand. It's the same kind of shore. It's the same, like, no reef right in front of you. But the beach is actually wider. There's more sand there. It's less crowded because it's not like this prestigious thing that everybody like is dying to be over here. Parking is a lot easier. It's
Getting
just
out
Getting out is
is a
way
lot easier.
There's a bunch of different access points. So there's like Kalama Beach Park where, you know, there's going to be more crowd, more people. And then there's Green Walls where you can just kind of go through the residential area and get there. There's multiple entrances and the beach is just more spread out and big. So it's just a more fun beach experience for me. I don't want to be sardines with everybody.
people are launching their kayak, going to the mokes, like doing things right here.
Yeah, that's
I think
Lanikai.
Kailua gives that like hint of that energy. People are actively launching to do the things here, whereas Kailua Beach, on the whole stretch of Kailua Beach, it's like you go to the
Lounging.
beach,
Yeah.
but it's not like really good surfing. There's not
Yeah.
like the activities aren't happening the same.
Yeah,
way.
I mean, you can like windsurf.
So reasons why people buy in Kailua at large, we've beat it to death on the channel, but it makes sense because a lot of people relocate here. The shopping, the town square, dive into Whole Foods, do yoga and get a coffee, go to a brewery, take your dog,
Ride your bike, walk.
and then you can be in these little clubs, these little communities. Let's talk about how much homes cost in Kailua, Lanikai specifically. Single family homes in this area really starting north of 2 million. Occasionally there's something between 1.5, 1.6 and 2, but
That requires a lot of work.
it requires a lot of
Yeah.
work. Anything that's move-in ready, 2 million and up.
2 million and up. And that's for the less desirable homes in Lanikai, which really just means less view, maybe a smaller house. Depending on view and size of home, they can be north of 10 million. North of 10 million. Wide range, but really you're not going to get in under 2 million unless you're willing to spend probably hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I actually tried to talk our clients out of buying this home. I wrote this long email of all the reasons why you shouldn't buy it. We support you not buying it. We're not commission breath. And I really want to talk you out of this. The reply was, Derek, thank you for having our best interest in mind. Fully respect that. Send us the counteroffer to sign. We want to accept the counteroffer.
They see the value. They know that because, like we said, it's so hard to get into Lanikai at this price point, that house is going to be worth so much more.
If you have the cash, you will force the equity. For example, if they're buying around 2, if they put 400 grand into it, you're all in at 2.4. I know I'm going to be able to list that home north of 3. Maybe well north of 3. So our next stop is going to be in town, or Honolulu, we call it town. Doing a quick pit stop at Whole Foods. Not Hawaiian word of the day, but local pidgin word of the day. I'm gonna ask Mahe to say the word plenty. And you guys are gonna hear how she says it. If you never had this sparkling water, it's not the most manly thing I ever said. This smacks, right? It was consensus. But other thing, Mahe, local word of the day. How do you say plenty?
Plani. There's an A. There's an A, 2 N's, and a Y. Planning.
Bonus Kailua segment. Clients who recently closed here in Maunawili. We came here because this is a different face of Kailua.
Yeah.
It shows how multifaceted Kailua is.
Yeah.
And you just said what?
Maunawili is on my short list of places I would want to live. And if I had to do Kailua,
Let's keep it real though. If you had, why if you had to do Kailua? A lot of people would be if I was able to do Kailua.
Yeah.
You're saying if I had to. Like,
Kailua doesn't have the same draw to me because I want to be more remote. Like I'm not drawn to Kailua for the beautiful beaches. Like I can do that on the weekend. I don't want to live in that. Like
Yeah.
I want to be more remote. I want to be further away. I want it to be wetter and greener. I want to be kind of like more left alone.
Yeah.
So Kailua is just one of those places that everybody loves, and that just means you have a lot more transient people there. But
Yeah.
Maunawili I like because it's residential. It's like nobody's coming up here for
and it
Kailua
feels-
things.
And it feels rooted.
And it feels this is like Kaneohe in Kailua.
Do you think that for those reasons, that's why our clients chose Maunawili?
They're in a different phase of life where they're not, I want to walk to the bars. And they have really good views of like the ko'olaus behind them.
Single families in here, starting more 1.5.
1.5.
Could go well into the 2s, maybe
Yeah.
even some 3s in here.
And you know what? Even the 1.5s, they are usually outdated and need some work.
Yes.
I wouldn't say they're tear down or anything like that, but they're original.
Ready to move in, solid, redone homes or redone in the last decade or 15 years. 1.9,
Yeah.
2.3-ish
Yeah.
for single families in here.
Yeah.
But look at that.
I would far prefer that. We're so busy all the time. Like I want to relax.
Exhale when you
Yeah,
come
I
out.
just want to like settle in.
We're right next to Ward Village.
We're right. No, we're in Ward Village.
Yeah, I guess this is
Yeah.
still, yeah.
Yeah.
I think of it as over there.
Yeah.
But anyways, one of our other recent sales.
Yes, so right
right behind
behind us, the kind of wavy white building, that's Ko'ula. Coming up right in front of that is the park right here, but Ko'ula on this side, so the Eva side of the building, kind of a high floor, 1-bedroom apartment was just under 880, 530 square feet.
So price per square foot is high. You're
Yeah.
buying a certain thing. Really the bougiest condo area of town. Whole Foods,
Istanbul, if you wanna say that.
Merriman, Ando, Daikoru, whatever.
Even though it's second row, meaning there's going to be another row that's front row and there are no obstruction to ocean. This is second row, so there's one more block of buildings in front of it. But what's cool about these two buildings right here, park coming up and Ko'ula behind it, there is an actual park, which is kind of like the hub
Yeah.
of Ward Village, where they're going to do like farmers markets. They already have live music and hula there. They have different events there, and it's a large park for a condo area. And it's unique because Ward Village owns this whole 60-acre lot.
Yeah.
So they can master plan a large park for the community to have. And that park is going to connect and have a walk or bike over all the way to the harbor right there, which gives you just like easy instant access to Ala Moana Beach Park.
Yeah.
Price per square footage is high here, but it's because this is kind of like the up and like people are calling it like, oh, they're hoping for it to be like the Manhattan
The
of Hawaii.
Manhattan of Hawaii, yeah.
Yeah.
We closed on Ko'ula. We have what, 2 escrows in the park?
No, one in this one and one in the other park.
Oh, in the other park.
Yeah.
There's 2 parks. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have 2 escrows there. Why did our client choose to buy here?
Well, our client is a young single professional guy. So he's a traveling nurse. He's off to the next place.
Okay.
But his plan, he's very investment minded. So he came in early and got in early in Ward Village. And because it's still activating and they're going to build more and more, he wants to hold it because he knows, or his hope is that it will appreciate.
appreciation play.
The appreciation play is just great here. You get in early enough like he did. There's like 14 buildings and they're not even like halfway done yet.
Beware though, because some of these buildings, when you're buying second row, and then the other buildings go up in front of it, the appreciation play, you might have to exit at the right time.
Or just know what you're buying. And Ward can be a little bit different and more predictable because they already give you renderings for what buildings are coming up and where
Yeah.
they're coming up. So he already knew where the building that would obstruct his view would be, and he still has ocean view even when those buildings come up.
Yeah.
So you can be smart about what is coming later and your future play for either exit or holding for appreciation in a planned community like this, because you just know. Other parts of downtown Honolulu, you are not going to get that.
Yeah.
But Ward is unique in that way where you already know. The developer can tell you exactly what's coming up, and they can give you renderings and projections of what your future view is going to look like.
We know why that client bought. More reasons why someone would buy here and the lifestyle here.
Walkability.
I picture a girl with the sports bra and running setup, or a guy with the water bottle and like shirt off.
Yeah.
Run Ala Moana Beach Park.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Kind of like how mountains block things out and you don't realize how close you are.
Yeah.
The whole sea of buildings doesn't really make it obvious as to how close you are to Ala Shopping Center.
Yeah.
So whether you got to go doctors, Target,
Yeah.
buy anything under the sun, like you can literally walk to everything, a little gym or a... Go. Sorry.
Yeah.
Or to get your car fixed or something.
Yeah.
But it's also street art and like dive restaurants and breweries over there.
You can like dress up and go downstairs to someplace nice, or you can throw your board shorts on and walk
Yeah.
to the beach.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is a good surprise.
So we talked about clients who are either in escrow or just bought a home. This one's special because our client is so bright and positive
Yeah.
and amazing. We're gonna be doing a final walkthrough.
Yep.
What is that? What's final walkthrough?
Final walkthrough is basically kind of like one of the last things before you actually close and own the home. We're coming back to make sure that the home is still in the same condition, or if there were repairs that were supposed to be made before the final walkthrough, we're making sure that has been done.
People didn't steal appliances.
Yeah.
I've had one where they left dogs in there the whole time, so then it smelled after moving. The theme of the video, which is all of these different locations on island and what they offer, now we're in Kapolei.
Yeah, we're in Mehana.
Kapolei is just Kapolei. It's just a sprawl of suburb. But Mehana is probably the exception. There might be an attorney's office, there's a store, there's pools, it's its whole own thing. You have airplanes.
You will.
We did another video where we went in one of these Mehana units in the past, and there's like a stoop
Yeah.
at Brooklyn, I think you call it a brownstone.
Yeah,
or-
yeah.
There's like stoops on the main road that lead to homes, and this townhome community is unique.
Yeah.
I would say on the island, really.
This feels like an old country home, but it's just like a cool little newer, updated community of condos. Like I'm gonna sit out on my porch and drink tea.
And
what
wave
it's-
to some people walking by. Interesting country home because it gives me a little like some of the things you would get in a more urban setting or like just outside of an urban setting. Like I lived in Alameda, California. It achieves some of those things because it is densely populated. There's like community events in here. You're close to a bunch of shopping, Raising Cane's, Starbucks. Chick-fil-A is not far. Kamakana Ali'i, Kapolei Commons. You know what? In a weird way, Mehana achieves some of the things that like Ocean Point does.
Yeah.
Ocean Point like thoughtfully was designed so that the community people would wave like I'm in my yard and
Yeah.
you're walking by and
Yeah.
hi and it's all nice and manicured and military fighter jets, the loudest. Is it the landscaping?
The landscaping and the style of fencing they chose and the banisters on the little like lanais upstairs, like it makes me want to like be outside.
Why would someone move to Kapolei and then we could get even more nuanced? Why would someone move to Mehana?
Someone would move to Kapolei if they liked kind of a newer construction style, if they had, you know, a price point that they wanted to stick to, but they know they need a little bit more extra square footage. Maybe I only have the budget for a condo, but I need an enclosed garage. The age of the home you're gonna get, the space in your home you're gonna get, the types of amenities that certain people want at a price point that makes sense for them. A lot of times Kapolei is gonna be it.
In our other video, we talked about Kapolei as a place you don't have to really leave
Yeah.
for a long time because Costco, DMV, court, library, everything here is
Yeah.
right. But Mehana, a little even more so. Like maybe you don't have to leave the suburb, but you at least got to drive to Costco, right?
Yeah, right.
Which is great. You can do that here. But in Mehana specifically, you can go to the little country store. You can go to your doctor or your hairdresser. So
Yep.
even more so, you just get a little bit of that urban, you know, city cool vibe
Yeah.
while staying in this suburban
Yeah.
community.
While still having like this green tea leaf plumeria
Yeah.
Hawaii vibe, but really you can go around the corner and go to your chiropractor. It's, you know,
It's cool. I dig
yeah,
it.
I like it.
And so in Mehana, there are multiple different communities, but there's different HOAs. Now, some people would say that's a condo. It technically, real estate definition, townhome. So in Hawaii, we call this a townhome. You can go from townhomes up into single families. So, you know, you can stay in the mid $500,000-ish to well above $1 million.
Cool, y'all moving in already. Okay, cool. All right.
All right, everybody, we want you to meet Miss Rhonda. We just did our final walkthrough. We're very close to closing.
This is a tradition that was passed on from 2 sellers ago. When the person moved in 2018, they were gifted this. When they sold it, they wrote a letter or wrote stuff to the next.
That is so
And the people that you're
awesome.
buying it from wrote you something.
They already sent me a message. Oh, that is awesome. That is so amazing.
They said they never used it for coloring purposes.
No,
or for-
I won't either. I won't either.
where are you from originally? What brings you to Hawaii?
So born in New York City and lived in Texas growing up most in Texas. And I recently moved from Georgia, Atlanta. I was there 6.5 years.
Okay.
And transferred with my job.
Why did you choose Kapolei?
Every question I had about the neighborhood, this one spoke to me the most.
Okay.
This was the place. So many amenities around here, as you know, and as your whole team was able to tell me. I liked the place that was in Ocean Point. It didn't have all the amenities in the neighborhood that I was looking for, but it did have a great community in there. So they have some great properties over there. I think we looked at several in that area.
Yeah.
This specific complex has so many different places within walking distance, within biking distance that I can easily get to for the kind of lifestyle I like. Come home and either chill or come home and get ready to go to the grocery store on my bike or go to a bunch of different shops.
You're in a rental right now
I'm in a
until we
rental.
close, and that's in Kaneohe. Why'd you choose this way?
I absolutely loved it over there. I love the Ko'olau mountains that you can just look at and just, it's gorgeous. It's amazing. My price point for what I was looking for, to have the 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, front yard space, backyard space, I couldn't get it for my budget over there.
So just more bang for your buck.
More bang for my buck
Better
over
condition
here.
of home, more of a turnkey ready. So that's like the challenge that most of our clients are going to have. Like even if they like that certain area, the type of home criteria that is interesting to them, what you want to own and invest in, sometimes this is better. I mean, I love this neighborhood.
I do too.
It's super cute.
I
And
do
like you
too.
said, you can drive over to East Side whenever you want to.
Oh yeah, I can totally go back, and I will. I'll
Yeah,
go
yeah,
back
yeah.
and visit, but I can come back here and have plenty of space and not
Exactly.
have to worry too much about an older home.
Yeah.
This is a very new property compared
Yeah.
to some of the things that we saw
Yeah,
on the other side.
100%. Newer property, better condition,
Love it.
bigger square footage, enclosed garage.
Oh yeah.
Just,
I forgot.
you know,
Yeah, I told you,
got
the
an enclosed
garage. I got a garage.
Yeah.
I have
So
a
just
garage.
things that
That's
you
cool.
can accomplish a lot of things in this neighborhood
Yeah.
that you might not be able to in other areas. And that's why Rhonda and a lot of our clients do end up in Kapolei.
Love it.
And I'm loving Mehana for you. I'm very excited for you.
Thank you.
Yes,
It feels
very excited.
adorable.
Yes, yes. A lot of our people who come through and watch us on YouTube, they're
I
same like
did.
you, where
Yeah.
they're considering relocating. What would you say was the biggest obstacle or hurdle for you in making the move over and relocating to Hawaii?
I was a homeowner back in Atlanta, Georgia, and that market over there is completely different than what we see over here. I think the biggest hurdle is managing my expectations. You're not going to see the same thing over there. This paradise lifestyle
Yeah.
that I'm moving to, it
Yeah.
comes at a cost.
Yeah.
I don't need the huge expansive space and
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
My playground includes space, the beaches,
Yeah.
happy
Hawaii's one of those
hour,
places where you're like,
outside,
hey,
24. Yeah.
I don't need 300 square feet because I'm not
no.
trying to be home all day.
Why am I gonna be at home?
Yeah,
If
the
I'm
weather is
at home
beautiful.
all day, I'm doing Hawaii wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
That's a very good point.
That's what I'm just saying.
Yes, there is maybe a
Trade
sticker
off.
shock, a culture shock of like
Yeah.
having to size down. But the benefit of that is like, yeah, you've got a beautiful home. You want it to be comfortable for you, but there's just so much about Hawaii that you want to see and explore. Make sure you don't focus too hard on having just as much square footage as possible. Make sure you remember you are in Hawaii after all. So if you could speak to viewers who are contemplating the move over here, if there were anything that you would do differently, or what's the number one tip or pointer you would give them if they're thinking about it?
So you can research all day long, and that's how I ended up finding this amazing team, because I was researching all day long and just looking on YouTube. But when you come out there, you got to remember Hawaii, it's got history and culture and people that are completely different than everywhere I've been to. And I've traveled around a lot for work and a lot for fun and pleasure. This is such a beautiful, amazing place. Go with it.
Yeah.
Run with it.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest thing, is just feeling like, okay, I'm here. I'm not getting the same thing that I had in my lifestyle before. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Oh my
Okay,
Thank
girl,
you.
you're perfect for YouTube.
Oh my goodness.
So easy. As always, the information's down below. Check out coreteamhawaii.com. Make sure you fill out that contact form. Get in touch with us. You do. You go now.
Do what? What do you want me to do? You did the whole thing.
Okay, now it's your turn.
Another thing, if you like this video and you want us to do periodically the last 3 or 4 homes that were sold or whatever, let us know. And if you want this type of video on communities or neighborhoods that we didn't hit, also let us know.